Hello everyone, Master Om from Golden Eagle Taekwondo. I just want to talk about um, belief. We are ending belief and we are going to start new cycle. And I just wanted to give additional experience that I had, my little testimony about how belief work in my life, the difficult time that I went through. I think I share with some students last time. I'm going to give for the rest of students about this testimony. A few years ago, I was very successful businessman. Um, Taekwondo is my passion, but other than Taekwondo, I was involved with the importing and exporting business, and that business grew from 5 employees to 250 employees. Um, over 8 figures, and we've been making a lot of sales, and we own manufacturers, starting from manufacturer to importing to wholesale to retail. A lot of layers that we trying to pick up margin. So I was very successful in short period of time. But that success 2008, when Lehman Brothers hit the market, and that problem hit everybody, plus other complications, and I lost everything. And that's when we relocate to Houston, and from Houston we trying to survive with remaining employees, and I try to do my best, and things getting worse and worse at point that I couldn't even pay the mortgage for over 12 months. We just built a house, beautiful house in beautiful town in Katy, and we couldn't even pay the mortgage at point that we couldn't even, I didn't know how to feed my family. I never thought that I'm going to go that level, and I never thought that I'm going to experience such thing. During the difficult time came, I got born again, and my life has been changed completely upside down. One day I was struggling, and many times I woke up like 3 o'clock in the morning, and my heart is beating hard, and I don't know what's gonna happen. Fear comes and worry comes. Especially is payroll day comes, and I don't know how to maintaining the remaining employees who've been loyal to me, and all those fears and struggles strike me, and with recommendation of my mom to pray, and I pray, I got born again. And when I found God, everything has been changed. But my situation never changed. My situation went even worse. So after that transformation, and all those difficult time became even harder. Right after that, my mom passed away. We say goodbye to my mom. It was most hard situation. Right after that, my wife got sick, diagnosed with a cancer. She had to go through the cancer journey when I didn't even have insurance. And that hardship lasts for my family over 10 years. I tried to exercise many things. I tried to exercise my confidence, my discipline, all the things that I'm teaching today. But when really hard storm of life come to hit me, I didn't have no own strength, that wasn't possible to survive myself. And during that time, everything that I had to exercise is beyond just belief, but having a faith in promise of God when I was reading the Bible. So my out of my desperation, all I needed to do, all I could do, actually, it was just having trust in God, having faith in God. And every time I read the Bible, I choose to believe the word that I was reading, which is I start writing one page at a time, and became two, became three, became four, and it became lots of promise that I was just holding to. Every single time I was desperate situation, and I found one of the Bible verses, let's say Hebrew 11:1. Now faith is being sure of what we hope for, and certain of what we don't see. And I hold on to this word. Hold on to this word, knowing that I just trust you, Lord, my Father. And I had to exercise that faith. And that was the only way that I was able to survive one more day. My hardship didn't last 1 week, 2 months, 1 year. It was 10 years of hardship. Thank God my wife got healed. Amazing miracle. Thank God that I saved my house. I was almost there to lose, and we became homeless. Thank God that every single time that I was in desperate situation, solution came. Every time I was reading and promised that I was trusting. My strength of my muscle couldn't save. My knowledge and my ability didn't work at all. I even applied jobs, and I submit the resume, and I did everything you can possibly think about, everything. But through that 10 years of journey, little by little, I found my purpose. I never wanted to doing full-time teaching Taekwondo, because when I opened many years ago in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Taekwondo, it became very stressful, and I didn't want my passion to through business ruin my passion. So I never wanted. One day I went to when everybody was holding to job, because I found that job and I was working, and when everybody was holding to their job, I really felt strong that I cannot continue that place, and I quit. I felt like I'm jumping to the ocean without any boat, in the middle of the ocean. I was looking at my family, I was feeling really bad. But I knew that it was time to go, and it was time to exercise my faith once again. And I didn't know what else to do, and very little money that I had, I wanted to go back to my previous business that I was good at it. And I tried to go back there, and I pray that close the door if it's not your will. The Bible verse that I was holding to, one of them. But open the door if it's your will. And guess what? That trip, for 30 days I was driving. I never slept in hotel, and I was sleeping in the car. For 30 days I went from Maine, New York, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, going down and go through the west side and go through the Kentucky and go through all the way to California, and driving 8,000 miles for 30 days. Nothing was happening. It was really desperate situation. Clearly the door was closing. The way coming home, one of my friends had lunch with me, and he said to me, Aaron, I know you are good at this, and why don't you do Taekwondo? I have a little saving and I can let you use it. And I couldn't accept my friend's money because if something go wrong, uh, that's even worse than losing house or anything like that. I refused. I thought about it. I told him that I'm going to pray about it. It took me like 2 or 3 months. After that, through the prayer, I felt peace. I accepted the offer, and he lent me the money, and we opened our Golden Eagle Taekwondo. The rest of history. Here we are. But the most important thing, it was our found purpose. Before, when we opened, and I was passionate for competition, and we start focusing on competition. Our training was based on the competitions methods and point systems, and trying to do all that. And some students still they are became now third degree, and they are like medicine. And I don't know how many times she ended up crying during the class because it was too hard. But one day, someone asked me, Master he was doing also Taekwondo, not student, my colleague. And he said, are you trying to do out of 100 students, let's say, selecting the best of the best, 10 students and going to competition? Maybe there is some chance that 1 or 2 students can be a national team, and maybe there is one student might qualify for Olympic game. Is that what you go? What about the rest of 90 people? And that day, something really hard hit my mind and my heart. And I say, I'm not focused. My direction might not be what God was opening the door for me. My obligation is not going to competition and then wins, becoming Olympians, masters, and that's all coming from my selfishness and ego. Really, what I need to do is transforming all my students. How can I do that? That day, I took all my program, all the method, I trash. I recreate new method of focus on what we are doing in leadership and traditional Taekwondo training. Yes, we still have competition team. Yes, still is my passion. Yes, still I enjoy all those things. But I finally found my purpose. But all this happened based on faith that I found, based on belief. Through belief, I found my faith. Through the word, and that's how I found myself. And God put me in the right track. Every morning I woke up, and every morning I open my eyes, I give thanks to God. I'm glad to facing another day, and I'm glad to talk about you guys with masters and instructors. We all driving, or our team, your masters, your instructors, they all have same passion for what we are pursuing. And that's how I end up doing what I truly love, discover. Many years of my life, I've been doing something only for money. And I learned the lesson myself. And I'm very careful when I'm giving you any messages or teaching you about life skill, if something that I don't know, I didn't experience, I'm not doing it. I only go through principle that I have learned through the journey that I went through. I don't have everything right, but I do my best. I try, I pray, and I do everything possible to give what my true purpose has given to me. And I see the miracle every day. I see the transformation of our student every day. And I see our parents' tears and how much they are happy to see their children, their child is transforming. So in life, some point we all have to go through what we have to go through. And during that time, all the principle is important. But when reached to hardship, so heavy, so hard, so strong, that storm, life storm that comes sometimes, force is very, very strong. Bottom line, you need faith. Believe, have faith, and that faith is going to give you extra strength that you never knew that you have those muscles. It's very important. This week, we are celebrating Easter. That's the reason that we close Friday, because it's very important event. For me, is probably like my pastor teaches, is more important than even Christmas time. Because this is the time that Jesus died for us and he sacrificed for us. He didn't refuse. He was gladly accept for my salvation. It's not only about hunting the eggs, but it is the day that we have to remember who we are and what he did for us. And the cross wasn't defeat. The cross, it was a victory. Our salvation is here now. That's what we are celebrating. I just wanted to share my thoughts and my testimony, my story with you. So we all going through what we are going through. The storm every spring, every winter, fall time, that La Nina, El Nino, that air that is hitting to Texas, we experience every year. And that storm comes, that storm is not hitting just by zone, by zip code. It's hitting everybody. So life sometimes is bring the storm. That's, I think, it's natural of life experience. You can ask your grandpa, grandma, your mom and dad. We all going through what we are going through. You just sometimes don't see and feel because you are under care of your mom and dad. They are the one who holding you. You don't see it, you don't hear anything that what they are going through. Be glad for your mom and dad. And it is important reminder that everything they go through, all the hardship that they are facing, they're not even letting you see that and feel that. And don't take that lightly. Be glad. Water that you are playing, water that you open the shower sometimes and you are taking time scrolling, or maybe you watching, playing game, water is to keep running. That's not free. Somebody is working and paying the money for water that you are using it. There is machine that each time that you are using water is running, and then bill comes and your mom and dad have to pay the price. And many of us, we think that it's all free. Yes, it's free for you because your mom and dad is working really hard for you. And they don't even tell you they are paying for water. I bet you some of you thought that water is free. It's not. Somebody's paying for everything that you do. Everything. There's no free things in this life. So always be thankful for your mom and dad and have faith. I hope that you have faith and believe in right principles, but believe in God is going to give you superpower that nobody can explain to you. I have experienced. So, happy Easter, everybody, and I will see you in the mat.